Let me invite the delegation from Abkhazia to take the floor, and but first let me express a warm welcome to the coordinator, Madam Alla Varamia, who spent a lot of energies for promoting the participation of her organization, ASTIKO Foundation and Abkhazia State University to this festival. So I see connected friends from Abkhazia. Someone is ready to deliver the presentation? The floor, in case, is yours. So.
Greetings for everyone. I'll be the voice of our presentation, and my partner Salima Volba will demonstrate the show, our presentation. Abkhazia, the country of the soul. Absny is the country of the soul. This is how the Abkhazians, one of the oldest indigenous ethnic groups of the Caucasus, proudly and poetically call their country. Abkhazia, located on the southeastern shore of the Black Sea. In the east, along the Ingur River, it borders with Georgia. In the north, the borders run along the crest of the main Caucasus Ridge. In the west, along the Pso River. It's a Black Sea, and the capital of the Abkhazia is Sukhum. The north part of the Sukhum, the north part of the Abkhazia is a Gudauta, New Athos, Nusera, Pitsunda, Gagra, Tsandripsh. On the south, it's Gulripsh, Dranda, Chamchira, and Gal. What about Sukhum? Sukhum is the capital of Abkhazia. The city originated in the 6th century BC, which makes it one of the oldest in the world. At the time, on the site of the local settlement of Akwa, Greek merchants founded the colony of Dioscuria, which later became a major trade and economic center. Then the Romans came and, having destroyed Dioscuria, founded their fortress Sebastopolis. Many centuries later, the Arabs swept through the lands of the future Sukhum, giving the settlement the name Sukhum. After the Turks renamed it Sukhum Kale, which means fortress of water and sand. The next part of our presentation is the culture place, which names Ritsa. Ritsa is a mountain lake of glacial tectonic origin in the Western Caucasus in the Gdouta district of Abkhazia. Lake Ritsa is the most popular holiday destination among tourists, one of the wonders of the nature of Abkhazia. It is located at an altitude of about 19 and 17 meters above the sea level, and it's surrounded on all sides by the mountains, overgrown with dense forests. About the temples. Abkhazia keeps many ancient temples on its territory, witness of the formation of a Christian faith and in these lands. The main Orthodox monastery in the Caucasus, Novoafonsky. It is located on the Abkhazian coast of the Black Sea. A couple of kilometers from the city of New Athos, on the slope of Mount Athos, stands the Orthodox Simon Canonite Monastery. The next cultural place of the monasteries, the most valuable architectural monument of Abkhazia, is the Berea Cathedral. The cathedral was built in 1919 during the reign of the Abkhazian King King Bagrat. Here in the temple, is the tomb of the king. Bagrat not only built the temple, but also established a new biographic of Berea, which received land between the Galizga and Dingur rivers. Nowadays, this cathedral destroyed every year because of the time. And the next most of a popular cathedral is the Mokwa Cathedral, is one of the most important architectural and Orthodox sites of Abkhazia. Mokwa Cathedral is dedicated to the Assumption of the Blessed Virgin Mary and is considered extremely important for the country. Once there was a monastery and the bishop's pulpit. Mokwa Cathedral is the one only 5 relief cross dome church in the country, and its interior is famous for its unique fresco painting. About our lakes, it is blue lakes. The reservoir has karst origin and it's fed by groundwater. The water in the blue lake does not change its color even in the darkest weather, and it's never covered with ice. Unlike other similar reservoirs, the blue lake of Abkhazia is completely uninhabitable. It doesn't even have plankton. And also, it's very cold. The next district of our presentation is a Gagra and Gagripsh restaurant. Gagripsh is a restaurant and one of the symbols of the city of Gagra in Abkhazia. This building was bought at the World Exhibition in Paris by the founder of the resort, Prince Alexander of Oldenburg. The whole structure is assembled without metal fasteners. About a Gagra colonnade, the structure consists of 4 towers which are connected to each other by arcades, each of which has 8 additional arches. The total length of a colonnade is slightly more than 16 meters, and it's located in the form of semicircle. Also, a part of our presentation is tradition about Abkhazia and the relationship between people. It is still strictly regulated. The ancient unwritten code of honor, Apswara, which literally means Abkhazianism, which regulates a variety of phrases of life of Abkhazians, still operates here today. At the same time, Abkhaz etiquette largely echoes the universal concept of the rules of good form, although it has a number of features. Veneration by standing up is about when a person enters a room, everyone present must stand up. This is how they demonstrated their respect and reverence for the newcomer. Young people should always be restrained and helpful in the presence of older people. This is one of the installations of code of honor of the Abkhazians Apsara. About the greetings, the phrase to exchange greetings literally translate from Abkhaz as to express oneself in Abkhaz. It's believed that the first person to greet a man is a woman and the eldest is the youngest. According to the centuries old traditions of the Abkhazians, hospitality is a sacred law binding on everyone. With a guest, 7 happens come, says an Abkhazian proverb. Invitation to the house. This is a famous part of Abkhazian culture. If you are a guest and you are asked to enter the house, then it should be remembered that the right to be the first to first to across the threshold belongs to the owner. However, he will not rush to use it and politely give away to a visitor. The part of table etiquette. Abkhazian etiquette strictly regulates all stages of the festival feasts. When sitting at the table, the hierarchy is observed while taking into account the age and degree of kinship of these present. Guests are seated on the right hand on the toast matter. You can start eating only after the elders appeal to put your hands to the meal. A part of our presentation is honoring nature. It is fantastic views and careful attitude to nature is part of the traditional culture of Abkhazians. In the old days, Abkhaz did not allow himself to pluck medicinal herbs, use a spring of wade across the river without the permission of higher power. Such views have been preserved to this day. Also, Abkhazians especially revere the mountains where it's customary to behave like a temple. It's forbidden to swear and even talk loudly. It's not allowed to get naked in the mountains and swim in the mountain lakes. About emergence and manifestation of feelings, from the September to December, as in many countries of the world, is the wedding season. But by the way, wedding celebrations are held in Abkhazia, surprises all foreigners without exemptions. A couple of hundred guests come to wedding and up to 1,000 to large-scale weddings. It is customary to invite everyone, even acquaintance of acquaintance. To refuse an invitation is to insult the future husband and wife. About an Abkhazian dance. It is an integral part of the culture of a proud and rebellious people, as well as the most beautiful place in the Caucasus, Abkhazia. Abkhazian dance have the opportunity to convey their mood characteristic of the performance of a particular dance. Also, through dance, these people also tell about the daily life of ordinary people and about military conflicts, about joyful events and sorrows. A traditional music like Abkhaz folk songs represents as a synthesis of vocal melody and recitative. Some relict songs relating to the ancient pagan cults such as labor and magic songs, fairy tales, myths, legends, and proverbs have reminded to this day. Also, music instruments of the Abkhaz people, which consist of stringed, wind, and percussion instruments, are very distinctive. The common wind instrument was acharpyn, a lengthwise single people flute with 3 or more, rarely 6 holes. This people on the video is about 100 years. They are all old. Also, the part of our presentation is about a small short of the Abkhazian cuisine, directly dependent on the climatic and socio-economic conditions. There is a small variety of products in the Abkhazian cuisine. There are mainly eggs, meat, fish, sour dairy products, fats, vegetables, fruits, corn, beans, and also walnuts. In the end of our presentation, we present some facts of Abkhazia. The first fact is the Abkhaz language is one of the oldest and most complex languages in the world. There are 64 letters in the Abkhaz language. There are more than 18 sounds in the Bzip dialect alone. Second fact, Gagra is recognized as the warmest city on the Caucasus coast at the Black Sea. The third fact is that Sukhum is almost 3 times older than Moscow, about 2,500 years ago. Greek merchants settled at the foot of the Bertsikha and Yashtuha mountains. And the next fact is the Gagra flows the I-City Repro River, the shortest in the world. The fifth fact is the Abkhazian New Athos is the smallest settlement on the planet where it's like a metro. Of course, this is not a subway in the usual sense of the word, but a railway in the tightness of a mountain, also like a small location. The next fact of Abkhazians is that Abkhazians usually celebrate a wedding in the presence of at least 1,000 relatives, friends, and acquaintances. Abkhazia is the world leader in the amount of fresh water. As part of the USSR, Abkhazia was a record holder in the number of penetration. In the middle of the 20th century, there are more than a dozen people in the Republic who celebrated their 1000th anniversary. Khrushchev, Ho Chi Minh, and Fidel Castro were received in the ancient village of Duripsh in the Gudauta district, and Mao Zedong, amazed by the local panoramas, was received at the residence on the Ritsa Lake. Ayvazovsky sailed along the coast and was surprised by the same storm of the coast of Abkhazia. More than 15 dolmens, burial structures made of huge limestone slabs. And also the Abkhazian mountains have their own great wall, the Kelasur wall, which protect them from raids from the north. It is much shorter than the Chinese one. Also, the canon of local winemaking were established long before our area. Wines from Diaskure were delivered as far as ancient Rome. Jugs with remnants of grape seed are found in the dolmens. The sunshine is about 220 days a year in this republic. And it's a final of our presentation for today. Thank you for your attention.